Hello, my name is Lauren Schweitzer, and today I'll be performing The Lady's Maid by Mansfeild. 11 o'clock, I knock at the door. I hope I haven't disturbed you, madame. You weren't asleep, were you? But I've just given my lady her tea, and there was such a nice cup over. I thought perhaps... Not at all, madame. I always make a cup of tea last thing. She drinks it before bed after her prayers to warm herself up. I put the kettle on when she kneels down, and I say to it, "Now, you needn't be in too much of a hurry to say your prayers." But it's always boiling before my lady's half through. You see, madame, we know such a lot of people, and they all got to be prayed for. Everyone. My lady keeps a list of all the names in her little red book. Oh dear. Whenever someone has been to see us, and my lady says afterwards, "Ellen, give me my little red book." I do feel quite wild. I do. There's another, I think, keeping her out of bed in all weathers. And she won't have a cushion, you know, madame. She kneels on the hard carpet. It fidgets me something dreadful to see her. Knowing her as I do, I've tried to cheat her. I spread out the eider down, but the first time I did it, oh, she gave me such a look. Holy it was, madame. Did our Lord have an eider down, Ellen? She said. But I was younger at the time. I felt inclined to say, no, but our Lord wasn't your age, and he didn't know what it was like to have your lumbago. Wicked, it wasn't it? But she's too good, you know, madame. When I tucked her up just now and seen her lying on her back, her hands outside, and her head on the pillow, so pretty, I couldn't help but thinking, now, you look just like your dead mother when I laid her out. Yes, madame. It was all left to me. Oh, she did look sweet. I did her hair soft-like, round her forehead, all in dainty curls, although just to one side of her neck I put a bunch of the most beautiful purple pansies. Those pansies made a picture of her, madame. I shall never forget them. I thought tonight, when I looked at my lady, now, if only the pansies were there, no one could tell the difference. Only the last year, madame. Only after she'd got a little, well, feeble, as you might say. Of course, she was never dangerous. She was the sweetest old lady. But how it took her was, she thought she'd lost something. She couldn't keep it still. She couldn't settle. All day, she'd be up and down, up and down. You'd meet her everywhere, on the stairs, in the porch, making for the kitchen, and she'd look up to you, and she'd say, just like a child, I've lost it. I've lost it. Come along, I'd say, come along. I'll lay out your patience for you. But she'd catch me by the hand. I was her favorite. I was a favorite of hers, and whisper, find it for me, Ellen, find it for me. Sad, wasn't it? No, she never recovered, madame. She had a stroke at the end. Last words she ever said was very slow. Look in the... And then she was gone. No, madame, I can't say I've noticed it. Perhaps some girls. But you see, I like this. I've gotten nobody but my lady. My mother died of consumption when I was 4, and I lived with my grandfather, who kept a hairdresser's shop. I used to spend all my time in the shop, under this barber's table, dressing my doll's hair, copying the assistants, you see. I suppose they were ever so kind to me. Used to make me little wigs, all colors, the latest fashions and all. And there, I'd sit quiet as quiet. The customers never knew. Only now and again I'd take my peep from under the tablecloth. One day, I managed to get a pair of scissors, and you wouldn't believe it. I cut off all my hair, snipped it all to bits. I like the little monkey I was. Grandfather was furious. He caught a hold of the tongs, I shall never forget it, grabbed me by the hand, and shut my fingers in them. That'll teach you, he said. It was a fearful burn. I've got the marks of it today. Well, you see, madame, he'd taken such pride in my hair. He used to sit me up on the counter right before the customers came and do it something beautiful. Big, soft curls with waves over the top. I remember the assistants standing round, and me ever so solemn with a penny grandfather gave me to hold while it was being done. But he always took the penny back afterwards. Poor grandfather. Wild he was at the fright I'd made of myself. But he frightened me that time. Do you know what I did, madame? I ran away. Yes, I did. Round the corner, in and out. I don't know how far I ran. Oh dear, I must have looked like such a sight with my hands rolled up in my penny and my hair sticking out everywhere. People must have laughed when they saw me. No, madame, grandfather never got over it. He couldn't bear the sight of me after. Couldn't eat his dinner even, if I was there. So, my aunt took me in. She was a cripple, an upholsteress, you see, tiny. She had to stand on the sofas when she wanted to cut out the backs, and I was helping her. I met my lady. Not so very much, madame. I was 13, turned out, and I don't remember ever feeling, well, a child. As you might say, you see, there was my uniform, and one thing and another, my lady put me into collars and cuffs from the first. Oh yes, once I did. That was funny. It was like this. My lady had her 2 little nieces staying with her. We were at the Sheldon at the time, and there was a fair on the common. Now, Ellen, she said, I want you to take the 2 young ladies to ride the donkeys. Off we went. Solemn little loved ones they were. Each had a hand. But when we came to the donkeys, they were too shy to go on, so we stood there and watched instead. Beautiful those donkeys were. They were the first I'd seen out of a cart, for pleasure, as you might say. They were lovely silver gray, with little red saddles and blue bridles, and bells jingling out on their ears, and quite big girls, older than me, even were riding them, ever so gray. At all the common, I don't mean, madame, just enjoying themselves, and I don't know what it was, but the way of the little feet went, and the eyes so gentle, and the soft ears, made me want to go on a donkey more than ever anything in the world. Of course, I couldn't. I had my young ladies, and what would I have looked like perched up in there in my uniform? But all the rest of the day, it was the donkeys on my brain with me. I felt I should have burst if I didn't tell someone, and who was there to tell? But when I went to bed, I was sleeping in Mrs. James' bedroom, our cook that was at the time. As soon as the light went out, there they were, my donkeys, jingling along with their little neat feet and sad eyes. Well, madame, would you believe it? I waited for a long time and pretended to be asleep, and suddenly I sat up and called out as loud as I could, I do want to go on a donkey. I do want to go on a donkey. You see, I had to say it, and I thought they wouldn't laugh at me, just if I knew I was only dreaming. Artful, wasn't it? Just what a silly child would think. Goodness gracious, what's that? It's the clock striking, madame, and here I've been keeping you awake at... madame, you ought to have stopped me. Can I tuck your feet in? I've always tucked my lady's feet in every night, just the same, as she says. Good night, Ellen. Sleep well. Sleep sound and wake early. I don't know what I should do if she didn't say that now. Oh dear, sometimes I think, whatever should I do if anything were to... But there, thinking, no good to it. Is it, madame? Thinking won't help. Not that it do it often, and if I ever do, I pull myself up sharp. Now then, Ellen, at it again, you silly girl. If you can't find anything better to do than to start thinking.